Hey, so for this video, it being my first video that I have posted here on my channel, I decided that I wanted to show off my process of how I did my zine that I recently put out on my shop. It was a lot of fun for me to make this zine. It was a new experience for me. I learned a lot during it, even though there was many times where I got frustrated and upset with it. And I'm in the process of making another one. I'm not sure when exactly I'd put that one out because I know it's going to take some time, and at the moment I am working on a webcomic, and I'm kind of taking a break from that since I just want to be able to get back into drawing by doing things that I'm excited for at the moment. So usually when I start out with an idea, I like to just sketch it out on paper first. What I'm using is just graph paper because I absolutely love using graph paper. I can never draw properly on blank paper. It doesn't usually look right to me. I've always just been used to drawing on lined paper. And what I'm pretty much doing is I'm just drawing out how I think the main character would look, which you don't really see him as much or whatever. You don't really get a full body sort of thing. You don't really see much of him. The idea and story of this zine that I had is it's a thriller zine, and it's about a mortician who has an obsession with collecting fingers, and hence my collection of fingers, which is the name of the zine. And it's just this very, very short story. Once I'm pretty much done with sketching out the idea and some of the panels that I had, I move it over to my computer where I draw. The program that I'm using is Medivane Paint. It was the program I was using at the time because Medivane Paint is the sibling of Fire Alpaca, and I absolutely love using Fire Alpaca. But Medivane is more for comic or manga making, and they have screen tones and speech bubbles and other things that can help with comics. And for someone who doesn't really mess around with screen tones, I had decided that it would be a really fun thing for me to try out. The reason why I have the layout like this in the program is because I thought at the time I was going to be printing this out on my PC with my own printer, which isn't that great by the way, but that's what I thought I was going to be printing it out on. And I had a folded piece of paper that I had numbered, so I knew that this is where the first page would be, the second page, third page, and that way I knew when I printed it out I could just fold it in half and lay them out correctly. And like I just said, I'm just pretty much moving whatever I drew on paper digitally. If the quality seems kind of weird, it's because I was using a camcorder that I had when I was in middle school. So the quality is 720p, but this is gonna be upscaled up to 1080p. Once the sketch was done, I then started to line art it. Once the zine was completed and everything had screen tones and everything was lined, it was now time for printing. And for printing, thankfully, I have a very attractive girlfriend. And what I mean by that is at the time she was in her graphic design class and she offered to print out these zines for me. There was a few complications when it came to it because she was using Adobe Illustrator, and I don't really know how Adobe Illustrator works, and she was kind of running into a few problems and was asking me questions in order to get it figured out. But I wanted the zine to be laid out a certain way, and it was just this really complicated thing, but in the end she was able to figure it out, so I'm really happy because I enjoy the way that these zines came out when they were printed. while I was waiting for the zines to be printed and for it to come in the mail, I had decided, you know what? Instead of just selling the zines, since I plan to sell these on my shop, I was like, I think it'd be really cool if not only do you just get the zine, but you also get like a print and a sticker sheet that's related to the zine. So I went the extra mile and I started creating the designs for the stickers. I don't know like if I have any footage of that. If it's playing now, then that means I found it, but if not, then I don't have it. So while I was waiting for the zines to get printed, and now that I was done with the sticker sheet, the website that I use to print out my stickers is Sticker Mule. I really like using this website for stickers because I really like the quality of the stickers. I like that they're weatherproof, I like that they're waterproof, they're scratch resistant. I put it through Sticker Mule, and so then I was waiting for the stickers to come in. Around this time, I had taken a trip to Oklahoma to see my girlfriend, but when I had came back from Oklahoma, my stickers were waiting for me, and these are pictures that I took when I opened them, and you can see my suitcase behind the stickers. Like, that was how excited I was to get them, and I was so happy with the way that they came out. Along with the stickers, I had designed the print, and the print I had designed through Fire Alpaca, which I did not know, but Fire Alpaca does have an option to add screen tones. So for this print, that's what I used, and I don't think I have any footage of me drawing it out, sadly. And once the print was done, I was very happy with it, and now I had to wait for that to be printed as well, which was another thing that my girlfriend offered to print for me, so I love her so much because of that, because she saved me money. Finally, in the mail, the zines came in, the prints came in. Here's a video of me trimming off the edges of the zine. Now, since I had made the zine, since I had a sticker sheet, and since I had a print, I knew what I had to do next was take photos for my shop. So what I had done was I decided to create a backdrop. I had got these two black foam boards, and I'm just using red paint, you know, putting my handprint all over the foam and making sure I get my fingers in there, since this is a zine about fingers. And even though like it's just a pretty standard like backdrop, I guess, and not much went into it, I'm very happy with it. So I really made sure that I went the extra mile when it came to creating this zine, because that's how excited I was to just share it with people and put it out there on my store. It was a very fun process. And pretty much all I had to do was just pick a date of when I wanted to put it out on my store, and the date that I chose was Wednesday, which was May 31st. Even now, as this video is out, it is still on my store. I have the digital version and physical version, but for the physical version, I only made 10 copies because I didn't want to make too much copies. I have stickers like on my shop that no one really bought, and so I only made 10. Of course, this doesn't mean like it's never gonna come back on my shop. In the future, I would love to bring this stuff back again. I think what I would like to do is make a lot of zines and sticker sheets and prints that relate to each other, so that way when it comes to like art festivals or anything that has to do with zines, I have like a full setup and I can just show it off to the world and everything. But as I mentioned earlier, I already have another zine idea in the works, and that one is going to be about thalassophobia. So I'm actually really excited about this one because this is going to be way longer. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my process of making this zine and bringing it out into the physical world. I'm very proud of myself for making this happen, and yeah, see ya!